Hey everybody, I'm JJ. You're watching Reality Survival, and today we are going to talk about the Refuge Medical Adventure Kit 2.0. So they've had a recent release of a new kit, and Bear over at Bear Independent sent this out for me to take a look at for you guys, and so that's what we're going to do. We'll talk about the pros and cons of it as I see it. I will mention to you that he has offered you guys a 10% discount code, and that will save you guys quite a bit of money. So you should definitely check that out. So starting with the discount code is Reality Survival, by the way. So starting out with this on the outside, it's got a pretty cool bag. What I noticed right away is that it's got some molly and all that kind of stuff here in the back, so you can attach it wherever you want. And it's got a strap on it, as well as a carry handle here on the top. And what I noticed from his other kits is it's full. The kit, as you'll see, there's a ton of stuff in it, but it's not so jam-packed that you have to be some sort of a magical elf to to get it packed. So that's good. I think, and it also leaves a little bit of room for customization and all that kind of stuff. So the zipper here, it's got some nice corded pulls. That's good. You've got, looks like a reflective band on the front, as well as the Refuge Medical patch on there. And yeah, so I think before we get into the contents of this, the whole concept or philosophy of use for this kind of thing is just what the name suggests. You know, if you are into, you know, dangerous sports, you know, activities that where you could have significant medical injuries, those kinds of things. This is sort of like a trauma kit, kind of a blend between a trauma kit and like an EMT kit, but yet compact enough that you could take it with you and you know, have it around to do to treat a lot of different kinds of injuries. So it's not really a full trauma kit. It does have all the contents of the Bearfac in it, so you can handle gunshot wounds and major, you know, life-threatening bleeds and stuff like that. But then it also has got stuff to cover other minor injuries like you might see with like a dirt bike crash, you know, or ATV accident or something along those lines. So that's kind of cool. All right, so I'm just going to kind of pull this stuff out as we go here, because I've had it out once before, and it may not be in order. Start off with a self-adherent wrap. I think it might be called Coban. I can't remember if that's what that's called or not. But anyway, then we've got an ace bandage in case you turn an ankle, or you know, have to do a sling and swath. You can do a lot of things with those. Let's see here. What's the next? That's just some documentation. Okay, so the next one here, this is a high-fin vented chest seals and some other gauze. Let's see what we've got in here real quick. So the dual pack of the high-fin chest seals. Then we've got 5x9 abdominal pad, 2 of those, and nasal pharyngeal airway. Okay. Put those over there. And then we've got, this is a kind of a gauze pack, and I think I may have rearranged some of the order of how this stuff was, but just to get the full idea. All right, so we've got an eye cup in case you had an eye injury and needed to protect it. Actually, that's 2 eye cups. I apologize. Didn't see that they were stuck together there. So 2 of those. Then we've got, looks like these are all 2x2s, so you've got like 5 2x2s and another 4, 5, 4x4, no, 3x3s, sorry. And we got some eye patches, 2, 3, 4, 5 eye pads. You should get a stick in the eye or something like that. And we've got some Curad non-adherent. These are 2x3s. So non-stick pads, I guess. And then These have got 2 sponges each in them. They're 4x4 sponges. 3, 4, 5 of those. So that's quite a bit. So the next thing we'll pull out here, actually before I get through that, we've got a SWAT T tourniquet. Now this is something I forgot to mention in the video when I did a review on the Bearfact 3.0. The reason that he likes to send these out in these kits or have them as add-ons is in case you have children. They are good for applying tourniquets to very small limbs. So if you've got really petite women or beta boys or whatever the case may be, and you've got small limbs and you need to put a tourniquet on them, a SWAT T is a good way to do it because it can get down small enough. So that's worth mentioning, I think. Then we've got a set of North American Rescue shears. We've also got a SAM splint. This is a 36-inch SAM splint, so that's a fairly good size one to be able to splint up any broken bones. And okay, what's this here? We got, oh, this is the Sharps. This is the Sharps shuttle. So in case you need to for the vented or the decompression needle, has a little storage container for it in case you had to do a chest vent for a tension pneumothorax. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go through this. This is the Refuge Medical Suture Surgical Kit. I believe it's an add-on to the thing. I'm not 100% sure. You guys can check his website to double check me. That's refugemedical.com. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls of gauze. Small roll of tape, another small roll of tape, and we've got alcohol pads, some surgical sponges. How many of those we got in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 4x4 surgical sponges. Okay, we better keep that together. And then 4 alcohol prep pads, at least 4 is what I've seen so far. Got some Providone iodine pads, looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then looks like 10 alcohol pads as well. And these can actually be used to purify water as well. I've got an article on my website at AmericanPreppingAcademy.com that tells you how many drops and all that kind of stuff. Let's see what else we got here. There's a whole bunch of crap in here. So, all right. I'm gonna instead of counting all this out, I'm just gonna say a bunch because that's gonna get really boring watching me count all this stuff. So we got a bunch of 2x2 surgical sponges. Run out of room on the table already. And then we've got a whole bunch of different sutures. So tons of different sutures here, and it looks like we've got the 2.0 or 2-0, the 4-0, the 3-0, 5-0. So all different sizes on the sutures, just a whole bunch of different sutures. Now, something I will throw out is that it's really important to get training on how to use this stuff. Bear offers some training in his classes. I haven't had the chance to take one of them yet, but whoever you go through, it doesn't matter to me. Get some good training on how to use them, because with sutures and things like that, with like gunshot wounds in particular and other kinds of wounds, you might not need to suture it up right away. If you were away from medical services and all that kind of stuff, it might be better to leave it open and allow it to drain before you suture it all up. So just make sure that you know what you're doing when you use this stuff. Make sure you take some classes, because you can actually cause damage by closing some wounds up too soon. So I'm just going to throw that out there. All right, so SMS drape, 18 by 26. That over there. And then we've got, feels like some tools. We've got a set of what are they called? Hemostats, I believe. Looks like we've got a set of angled hemostats. We've also got a set of straight ones. I think they're called hemostats. Clamps, basically. I'm terrible at the names, but that's for being able to grab the sutures and tie them together and all that kind of stuff. You can also use these for clamping off arteries or veins in a real bad bleed. I always keep a set of these in my trauma kits as well. Then you've got a set of small set of scissors, and then we have several different scalpel blades and a scalpel handle. Okay, so that is cool. All right, now let's see what else we got in here. Okay, we've got Gen 7 combat application tourniquet, and that is good. Again, that's part of that bare fat contents. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you've got all that in here. And then we've got a large emergency trauma bandage. Trying to see which one this one is here. This one is the Olays modular bandage, 6-inch. Right there. Okay, then we've got the Burn Tech gel, first aid for burns. And I think this is a lot of the components from the Bear Fact here. So we've got a set of North American Rescue gloves. That's our vacuum cleaner, little robot telling us we need to charge it. A set of roll of gauze here, and that's 3-inch by 4.1 yards. We've got a thing of quick clot, survival blanket for treating hypothermia, some BZK wipes for cleaning off your skin prior to putting bandages on so that it'll stick better, some flat rolled duct tape, some more 4x4s and 5x9s and 2x2s. Okay, some Z-folded North American Rescue compressed gauze and a triangle bandage, an iPad and an eye cup, and that's that. Now let's see what else we got. One more big compartment here, a whole bunch of stuff still. Nice big thing of medical tape. This is good medical tape too. We've got a tube of Curad triple antibiotic ointment. Another tube of hydrocortisone anti-itch cream. Got a couple more packages of the North American Rescue nitrile gloves. Another tube of Insta Glucose. That's great for folks that get dehydrated and that kind of stuff. You need to, or if you have somebody who is hypoglycemic. Got some more duct tape on a nice tight little roll here. Duct tape is good for putting bandages, you know, in wet when it's wet and bloody and nasty, and you know sometimes if the medical tape won't stick, you can try the duct tape. It might stick a little better. This is also great stuff to have, especially if you're out and about and really hitting it hard. Is tri-oral rehydration salts. These are an excellent thing to have. Of all the injuries that I saw when I was a SEER instructor, dehydration was the most common injury that I saw in the woods. People would not drink enough water and they would get dehydrated and it would take them down out of training, and that happened almost every trip. So these are really important. Okay, then we've got a little med pack here. Let's see what's inside of this real quick. Looks like we've got some aspirin, and an aspirin like this. Let's see what size these are. Not sure. Getting old and I can't read. I'm not sure, but an aspirin can be used to help prevent a heart attack. And what you want to do is you want to actually chew the aspirin instead of swallowing it. If you have the patient chew the aspirin, it will start to react within 3 to 5 minutes, I believe. And and if you swallow it, it takes considerably longer. I think it's 10 to 15 or something. So that's a good thing to have in the pack there. Then you've also got a whole bunch of Advil and some Tylenol. So that's good. They've got both Advil and Tylenol. So you've got NSAIDs for inflammation and pain relief, and then you've also got acetaminophen, and you can stack those two together, and you can take them at the same time so that you get a better pain relief than just one or the other by themselves. So that's cool. All right. Next thing we've got here is a bunch of Band-Aids. And we've got both kinds. We've got finger the H style, the butterfly style, and just the regular finger ones as well. So kind of a good assortment of each one of those. Tons of them there. So that's awesome. Oh, cool. Okay, so we got some steri strips here. So if you didn't quite need stitches or you didn't know how to do stitches, you can also use use some steri strips. Looks like a couple different sizes, I think. Yeah, some 1/2 inch, some 1/4 inch. So that's cool. All right. Then we've got a box of Benadryl for allergies. That is also good in case somebody was to go into anaphylactic shock. You didn't have an EpiPen, you could at least try that. That might help if they could get it down. And then we've got some, I believe these are Imodium. It's the low permide hydrochloride anti-diarrheal. All right. Got a little splinter out kit for taking splinters out. And then the last, I believe, almost. Okay, so then we got a Sharpie. And I think that's it. And this kit here has got some sting relief, some BZK wipes, and we've got some sting relief, BZK wipes, alcohol prep pads, good for starting fires also. Got some burn gel in here. Got some triple antibiotic ointment. Okay. Alcohol. Yep. I don't see anything else. And then some more Providone iodine pads in there as well. So you've got a pretty good kit. This is a nice little assortment here of all the kinds of things that you would need, if you were treating any kind of a backwoods kind of injury or anything like that. If you as a family were planning to bug out together and you wanted to have a good kit for like a bug out kind of situation, and it's pretty heavy and a big kit, so you might have one person designated to maybe carry this kit, or something like that. And obviously you'd want each person to have their own individual first aid kits, but this would be a kind of a good kit in something like that, or maybe in a vehicle bug out situation. Or really, honestly, probably what I'm going to do with this is I may put this in my wife's car and have this be her vehicle kit to carry with her just all the time. So it's a good kit to have to cover really any of the basic stuff that you need that's gonna go on. The one thing I will say is I haven't had the chance, because this is a pretty extensive kit. I didn't have the time to do a price comparison on adding each item in here and comparing the cost on it. But the cost is pretty significant. So you may want to use the discount code Reality Survival if you decide to buy it. That'll save you like $45 on it, I think. But it's a good kit, and if you don't want to be bothered with trying to put this together and figure out what to put in it and all that kind of stuff, if that's not your thing, If you're like, hey, just send me the kit and I want it to be good and I want it to be competent and I don't want to have to mess with it, then this is definitely the kit for you, because this is a very good, well-stocked kit. But you do pay for it. You do pay for a little bit of it. And, you know, I'm sure the bag is part of it. The bag is a really nice bag. It's got, I don't know if you can really see this very well, but it has some internal compartments. So it's got different pockets and stuff like that inside of there for, you know, keeping everything, you know, broken down the right way and all that kind of stuff, and into different, you know, compartments. So I think it's an awesome kit. All the stuff that I've seen from Refuge Medical so far is really good. I was blown away by the value of the long-term care bucket. I thought that was an excellent value. I think the Bearfact 3.0 is also, as I reviewed it, is a very comprehensive trauma kit to put on a plate carrier or keep in your vehicle or whatever, wherever you would need, you know, someplace. If you were looking like you're going to have like gunshot wound type injuries and that kind of thing, it was excellent. This one covers those basics as well, and it also covers a whole wide variety of different kinds of things that you might find when you're out in the woods, maybe rock climbing. If you're a rock climber, this would be a great kit. You know, just to have at your base camp, or if you do a lot of mountaineering or something like that, this would be a great, like a base kit kind of kit, or a base camp kind of kit. So anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on it. I think it's super comprehensive. It's probably priced a little higher than what I might be comfortable with, but again, with that Reality Survival discount code saving you 10%, that's going to get it, you know, down a little closer to where it's probably going to be more palatable for folks. So anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to live the 6 P's. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.